Hi, this is Jen Coffey. Let's talk about the realities of what our government is proposing to do. Should they put these bans in place or new taxations on firearms and ammunition? What's going to be the reality check in the real world? Right now, we know for a fact that jobs have risen 32% among firearms and ammunition companies across our country. Now, let's consider the fact that our current jobless rate is 7.9%. So what happens if the government puts those bans into place? How many people could be losing their jobs? Let's just look at Connecticut, since Connecticut has been in the news quite a bit lately. They stand to lose no less than 8,000 jobs and $1.8 billion in annual revenue. How's that going to affect the economy of the state of Connecticut? How's that going to affect the state of the economy federally? We have a lot of things to consider here, folks. The firearms and ammunition industry isn't just about hunting, isn't just about self-defense, but it is business, and business has consequences. Recently, Smith & Wesson Company released their third quarter figures, and those figures showed that their gross profits were up 36.8% from their previous quarter. The reason being, because people are worried that they're going to be legislated out of their Second Amendment rights, sales have increased. Bad side of that is there isn't enough supply to meet the demand. Some companies like Smith & Wesson might actually be at risk of losing customers if they can't produce the products and keep people on wait lists. Imagine that. There are wait lists. And that's not just Smith & Wesson. That's all firearms companies across our country. Just take a look at the ammunitions market, for example. Go into any store that sells ammo, and you're going to find empty shelves. You're going to find backlogs of people looking for ammunition. So how does that translate? We're looking at a federal ban and federal taxations that could legislate these companies out of business, to make it impossible for them to function. The impact on our economy would be catastrophic. You know, recently there was an organization called the National Shooting Sports Foundation, and they did a very comprehensive report on what the effect the firearms industry has on our economy. On average, they noted that the firearms and ammunition industry pays over $2.5 billion in business taxes and an additional $500,000 in excise taxes. So what happens when those tax dollars aren't coming in anymore? The bills are still going to be paid. The money's got to be raised somewhere. So where do you think it's going to be raised? Yeah, that's right. Right out of your back pocket. You're going to see your taxes rise on various things, from gas taxes to income taxes to excise taxes to car registration. The government's got to make its money up somehow, because we all know they don't really like to decrease spending. They like to tell you they're going to decrease spending. But where have we actually seen it put into place? Oh, that's right. They cut off tuition reimbursement for our veterans. How's that for you? But if you're in the United States as an illegal immigrant, not a legal one, an illegal immigrant, you still qualify for taxes, for assistance for your tuition. How is that right? How is it right that we have a president that can spend millions of dollars going on vacation and then actually have the audacity to stand there with first responders behind him and tell us those people are going to lose their jobs unless Republicans are willing to tax people more? We don't need more taxation. We need smarter spending. We don't need more laws regarding our firearms and our ammunition. The laws are fine. In fact, in some regard, they could use some tweaking for the better. No amount of law is ever going to stop a criminal intent on doing harm. That's the thing that doesn't seem to be understood in Washington, D.C., doesn't seem to be understood in capitals across our country. Criminals are criminals because they violate the law. It's always been illegal to murder, but we still hear about it. It's illegal to invade someone's privacy of their home and steal from them, but we still hear about it. You can change all the laws that you want, but you're not going to change people who are bent on criminal intent. Putting the types of laws in place that they're looking to put in, the bans that they're trying to put in, the controls that they're trying to put in are going to increase our unemployment numbers exponentially. They're going to decrease the amount of taxes that the government collects. All in all, as far as our economy is concerned, what they have planned for us isn't just taking away our rights, it's putting us back into a deeper recession. Is that the government you voted for last November? Maybe you're having second thoughts now. You know, it's not too late. You can write to your congressmen and your senators. You can write to your state representatives and senators and your governors, and you can ask them to join us and take a stand and stop these unconstitutional acts. Join us at 2asisters.org and help us spread the word, because we know that across our country there's over 200,000 jobs at stake, and none of us want to see them lost. At least this patriot doesn't. Thank you.